Hey team, I am in Casper, Wyoming this morning, and I woke to the news of the discovery of the remains of Sandy Irving up on Everest. And what does this discovery have to do with your running? We're going to talk about it as I climb up Bridle Trail. It's a little rockier and loose than I was anticipating. First time up this climb. I've got about a 5-mile loop with 1,200 foot of climbing. So I think it's basically up the mountain, down the mountain in loop format. So who's Sandy Irving? He was part of the 1924 expedition to climb Everest for the first time. This 1924 expedition up Everest left a lot of questions, a lot of mystery as to whether they actually summited or not, because they both, George Mallory and Sandy Irving, both deceased in the expedition. In 1999, an expedition team found the body of George Mallory, and not too many clues came from that. And so the kind of the mystery that remained was Sandy Irving's body, which was supposedly had the camera of the expedition and maybe more clues as to whether they actually peaked out and summited Everest and deceased on the way down or not. And this is where it pulls you and you're running into the story. Nice little hangout overlook. Yeah, it's always a little bit harder, especially when climbing, when you don't know the route and when you don't know what's coming at you. Other than I know I've got about a 5-mile loop and 1,200 feet of climbing. Good morning. It's the next morning. I am back. Yesterday, this trail system kind of spider webs all over the place, and I took a wrong turn, ended up on no trespassing property and got off course, and I don't think I summited. So I'm back today to summit. I'm going to go in the reverse order, and I think I got the system down now. In Born to Run, Chris quoted me as saying the Tarahumara Indians are not only good runners, they're great athletes. And we can train athleticism. We can make you a better athlete, which will make you a better runner. Casper, Wyoming is just waking up. Well, as you can see, I am at the summit. And I was at the summit yesterday. I didn't realize it. There's a little out and back spur on the map that I didn't realize I was on, and therefore that was the summit. And I thought I had more to go, but I made it yesterday and today. 32-minute climb, a great climb. But let's go back to Sandy Irvin for a moment. On that 1924 expedition, Sandy was not chosen for his mountaineering and alpinism skills. He was chosen for his engineering mind, and maybe why he was the one carrying the camera. And he was a very, very good athlete. He was a rower. So rowers are extremely powerful. Their legs, their arms, obviously their cardiovascular system. So he was chosen for his just pure athleticism and his strength in the mountains. And that pulls me into the purpose of this video, is that we can build athleticism as runners. It's not just a fixed thing that we're born with. We can train it. And there's a couple simple things you can do to kind of jump into, pun intended, into training your athleticism. And at the end of the video, I'll throw down the link to a lot of my skills. I call them skills and not drills. It changes our mindset. Who doesn't want to improve their skills? Drills are seen kind of as something we have to do. So change your mindset from drills to improving your skills and athleticism. So see that link at the back of the video for a lot of my skills. But here's two simple things that you can do while you're out running. Grab a bench, grab a rock, grab a step, and these are depth jumps. I'm sure you've seen them or heard of them, but they're very, very, very potent. The reason is that we can improve our athleticism. Athleticism is having good leg stiffness. Yes, good leg stiffness is a very important part. If you read Born to Run 2, you know all about that. The reason good leg stiffness is important is that it allows us to utilize our elastic energy within our body. We land and we get off our feet quickly. So it improves our stabilization. It improves our athleticism. It improves our strength. Good leg stiffness is very, very important. Okay. With that, it's going to improve your cadence. It's going to improve your speed, because now you're getting off your foot quicker and more powerfully with more force. That's how it's going to improve your running. So simply find that bench, find that step, find that rock, and we're going to start with a shallow depth. We want not too high of a bench, and you're simply going to jump off and land and stick it. No movement when you stick it, just like a ballerina, just like a gymnast sticks their landing. Stick it with no movement. Okay, we're training our legs on the eccentric or the landing to be able to be very, very stable, which helps us build that coil or that rubber band or that spring in our body to then release it quickly. So again, we're just jumping off and sticking it. No hurry, there's no urgency. Then back up, jump off again. Maybe do 6 to 8, trying to get your landing as stiff as possible. That's the goal. Get better through time. These are a great warm-up for a run. Again, if you think of this as a circuit board, we're turning the circuit board on within our brain to help us fire our muscles quicker and better. That's the key to athleticism right there. Then a progression of this is doing the depth jump, where you add a little height now. You go up a little higher and jump off, same thing. And then once you kind of got this dialed, your leg stiffness is getting better. Now we progress to the depth jump plus a takeoff. But the key and most important part of this is we do not want to go up in height with this. We want to stay relatively low to the ground, 10, 12 inches, no higher, because now the higher we go, the longer our ground contact time is going to be, and that's what we're training here. We want to be quick off the ground, just like having quick cadence. So the higher you get off the ground, the longer your ground contact time is going to be, and we don't want that for this part of the skill. So stay low, jump off, hit your stick and then do a quick jump in the air. Again, now the goal is, and the focus is to land, strike the ground, and jump as quickly as possible. But don't just jump into this one. This takes some time to get your legs, ligaments, and elastic energy used to this type of skill. So do the first part first for several weeks, maybe even a month, and then progress from there. Okay, very, very potent. I had a comment on one of my videos the other day on a lot of these skills and how it really helped him smooth out his run form. You're really gonna feel this. It's amazing how quickly, how potent this works and how you're gonna feel while you're out there running. So improve your athleticism. It will improve your running. And it's very, very important to do these depth jumps with a low profile shoe. You don't want a high stack shoe with lots of foam. You're gonna defeat the purpose and you're gonna be too unstable to be able to stick it and to take off.
I wish I could leave my skin behind in this old rented room. Float my way across the great divide and be buried in you. I've been looking far and wide for what I gotta prove, and putting peaks in my rear view.
Over and out from Casper Mountain, Casper, Wyoming, and Born to Run World. See you guys.